With these new promos, there might be an actual chance for free-to-play Jimmy after all. Today we're going to be talking about promos for the sets. Now, I should have, done these with these sets, right? Like, for example, for this red one, I should have done it with the red video, and so on and so forth. However, I did not know that they were in the client when I started making these videos, and I realized about it in the green one. And then the green one, I was like, well, I might as well just make it a video at the end, right? So we're going to talk about all the promos. Obviously, these promos are going to be focused on buffing new decks, more particularly Black, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Yellow, Goku and Vegeta fusing to Gogeta, Green Beast Gohan, Blue UI Goku, Red Blue Gogeta, and the 2 starter decks, In case you're not familiar with promos are cards that usually give out in events, rewards, or in the free battle pass, and they're meant to be accessible cards to promote the game and events, More particularly in a digital client, it means that you get some cards for free, in layman's terms. So these cards are supposed to be free-to-play friendly. Historically, promos have been shown to be some of the best cards in the entire set, so that gives hope. Typically, you would still need to buy cards to round out decks, which is why giving out free promos is still financially beneficial. But just think about it like this, you will be benefiting by getting free promos if you're free to play Andy. Let's start with this Gogeta BR. This is obviously meant to be support for Red Blue Gogeta. This can fusion evolve for 0, similar to the other Gogeta, base Gogeta that we have. Then when you attack, you can choose an opponent's battle card and then it gets minus 15k. The other one I still think will be better. This obviously depends. This is better at removing a single card. The other Gogeta is better at removing multiple cards by minusing all by 5k. Plus drawing a card. In general, I think it'll still be better to play the other one, but it's nice to have more evolution lines, especially considering that, again, this one is free. We got this free. This fuse is amazing. I think it's an instant run 4 of. On play, discard 2 cards from your hand, choose 1 battle card with a cost 2 or less and place it at the bottom of your other's deck, and then draw a card. So not only does this card KO at bottom at cost, it also lets you discard cards, and if you're awakened, you get those back, plus you draw another card. Absolutely amazing card. Now on curve, it's not going to be amazing because you'll still be discarding 2 and then drawing 1, which would give you a net 1 loss, right? But you do still might want to play it in curve because you might want to bottom a 2 cost, right? You can do a lot of synergies with this card, and since it basically nets you nothing negative, and it can also swing on top of it all, this is an instant run. It's a very fantastic card. Absolutely no notes. It is amazing. We got this promo Gohan. Now I won't take much time explaining it because if you've seen the green video, this is the 0 cost 30k that is a staple in Gohan. Nothing much else to say. This is just an instant run 4 of, and then with the other one you'll have 8 copies. And this card is kind of essential to play Gohan because 5 energy is when you get to start playing the game. Anyways, we got this Vegeta. Active main once per turn. Leader is both Saiyan and another world with special traits. Choose this card in a battle area to active mode, then this card can attack. Now this works similarly to the SR Goku and Vegeta. The only real problem with this card is that you're not going to be resting this to swing. You can, however, use this with the Gogeta leader ability and then restand it for whatever other purpose. This card is actually going to synergize very well with the evolution Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the one that taps a card and then draws one. You can play that evolution Goku, then play this one drop Vegeta, then you swing with the Goku, tap this Vegeta. The Goku draws a card by tapping the Vegeta, then you can use this Vegeta's ability to restand it, then you can use Gogeta's leader ability to restand the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then swing again with it. Now you will have to find another target for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku to rest, but aside from that, this card does become very nice. Again, that Super Saiyan 3 Goku is not great. That Super Saiyan 3 Goku kind of fights with the leader for rest mode battle cards, so it ends up being really bad in that department, but this can help. This still helps the deck a lot. It can't have both Saiyan and Another World. It is important to mention that you can run this on the starter Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But for the most part, you're not going to because it doesn't synergize with what the deck wants to do. Though you could technically swing with this Vegeta for 10, and then restand it, and then evolve it with Majin Vegeta, which can help, but for the most part, it's a useless ability. We got this Trunks GT. This is a good run in the GT decks, which is Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I don't think there's any other GT decks. Baby technically counts as GT, but I don't think he has GT in his card name. So if you there's GT in his card name, add the 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose 1 battle card, and with 1 or more key, and it gets +1 key. This is a run 4 of in Gogeta. It's going to help it ramp up your key and activate your abilities. Very similar to Chi-Chi and Bulma, except instead of just being restricted to only giving it to Goku or Vegeta, you can give this to any card as long as they have a key. It also self-awakens, though with Gogeta you don't really want to self-awaken because Gogeta doesn't have a health restriction. But with GT Goku, you should awaken with this. Plus it gives GT Goku the ability to use Ki. This is going to be massive support for both of those decks. Very nice. Now, this is an essential. You're not running. I mean, you are running UI Goku without these, but like these are so good that this is like, I can't believe this is in the game. This is a 2-cost 20k 5k. On play, discard a card from your hand and place the top 2 cards of your deck to the owner's drop. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Then this card can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card is fantastic. Not only does it have no caveats when you're awakened, which means that you can play this for free, which is just scries 1, and then it can't be removed by the battle area. It swings for 20 as well. This card also counts for both Son Goku and Vegeta. When it has to slash, it means that it counts for both of them in all areas, which means that you can either evolve this with UI Goku or with Blue Evolution Vegeta. And since that's the case, you can choose whichever one of those you want, and since this card can't be removed from the battle area by opponent's skills, if you leave it active, it's going to live. I mean, just 100% it's going to live no if buts or coconuts. Like, there's nothing the opponent can do about it. It does not draw you as much as playing a regular cantrip, but the caveat, of course, is that now the card can't die. Now, we got this Son Gohan and Piccolo SH. I don't like this card because it incentivizes a really toxic play, but, you know, we'll see as we talk about it. It's a 4-cost 30k. On play, your leader gets a Ki, and then when you attack, if your leader has SH and you have 3 or more Ki, choose 2 battle cards that cost 5 or less in your opponent's battle area, and then they can't attack. Now, this is very lame because it essentially incentivizes Gohan to play very passive, and by locking cards, it just doesn't become fun for you because it just doesn't let you play. Like, this is just a very lazy way to make Gohan good, for lack of a better word. I mean, Piccolo as well, but mostly Gohan, since he's going to have the Ki early to play this. So this just kind of gets played. It makes a card not be able to swing. That essentially nullifies the opponent's turn. It just becomes a very annoying card to fight against. I still don't think it makes Gohan good. I still think Gohan is still going to suffer from the same problems of dying, because most of those decks are going to have cards that do not get hit with this condition. And they're especially going to be able to make a board wide enough for 2 locks to not matter. As funny as that sounds. Though this card does also give alternative text, you could also use the pan that we got as of this set. And you can use it to rest 4 cards at 5 or less and they can't attack. So that's going to be very toxic. It's just going to really make Piccolo more annoying to deal with than he already is. Now, we're also getting these evolution fusions. No, I guess they're not all evolution fusions. They're all promo fusions. They're all supposed to be played with their respective decks. We're going to start with this Red Gogeta. We, as of yet, do not know when this is coming out. It says 2nd anniversary pack. We will be getting these promos. They're going to be very good, and they're going to help out Red, Blue Gogeta, Yellow Super Saiyan Gogeta, and Black Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That's the instead of design. Now this Gogeta specific, I guess I'll just talk about it first. Fusion evolved 2 energy, and then you can pick a Son Goku and Vegeta BR with equal power, 20k or more. On play, you add 1 cost of the cards the opponent uses until the end of your opponent's next turn. So whenever your opponent is going to play a card, be that an extra or a regular card, it is going to add 1 cost to it. So you're going to be paying more expensive stuff. The intended design is to either play the Secret Rare Gogeta to remove battle cards and activate the win condition, or if your opponent has basically no cards on field already, you can play this card and make his next turn more inconvenient to play. It could call for a situation where that happens, though this is kind of a whatever effect. Adding 1 cost, your opponent can play around that. Like, they can take different lines than normal, but it could obviously hinder the opponent for a lot of what it wants to play, so it becomes a very good card. Nothing really new to say here. It would obviously depend on how accessible it is, if it's, you know, free to play friendly, but we'll see. We have this Gogeta. Now this Gogeta is way more important than the previous one. The previous one wasn't bad, but this is like essential for the Gogeta deck because it's really missing good targets. Anyways, you can evolve this with the Son Goku and Vegeta, cost 2 or more. Now, I still don't know if this Goku... Well, does it say it here? Actually, hold on. My opponent chooses my Ginyu. Don't tell me that it's asking active main skill. Oh my gosh. It's almost like it says you can't switch it to rest mode, and this says switch to rest mode. See, this is what I mean with Q&As being useless, dude. Like, for the most part. I mean, it helps me read something in case, like, I have a specific question and it's already there, but for the most part, like, I'm just getting pissed. If my opponent chooses my battle cards with this card's 1 attacking skill, can I activate that? No, because blocker switches a card to rest mode. Guys, we have got to read. You can evolve this Son Goku and Vegeta. We're not sure if this means Son Goku and Vegeta like the new SR that's coming, or it can be any Son Goku or any Vegeta. We're about to find out. When attacking, choose up to one battle card, your opponent's battle area, and it can't be switched to rest mode by your opponent until the end of your opponent's next turn. Now, there is a level to this. There's 3 different effects now in the game. There's can't be switched to rest mode, can't be switched to active mode, can't attack. All of them serve the same purpose, for cards to stop their attack until the end of the opponent's next turn. There are benefits to each and every one, but for the most part, the worst one would be can't attack, because it just switches itself back to active mode next turn and it just can't attack, and it can still activate its regular effects if it can switch itself back to rest mode to some other means, or it's a blocker or whatever. Then there's can't be switched to rest mode, which is this effect. Now this effect has its benefits, which is that it can target an active mode card, which means that it doesn't have to be rested in order for you to activate this effect. But the downside is that it stays active during the opponent's next turn, meaning that you can't rest it and it stays active and it's basically defended, especially when you're talking about a yellow deck that a lot of its conditions predicate on the fact that the card is rested. And the best effect by far is going to be can't be switched to active mode. Now you do need to have a card already in rest mode for the most part to be able to not switch to active mode until the opponent's next turn. But when you proc that, it means that it stays rested even during your next turn after the one you're doing right now. So this effect is slightly worse, but it does still have its benefits. For example, you can hit active mode battle cards with this, so it becomes very nice. Now this is going to be your now new either first or second best target. They do 2 different things, so it's hard to say which one is universally better. But this one, for the most part, should be better. In more situations, you might want to lock a card and prevent it from swinging or being switched to rest mode. That's a thing. And since it's a Gogeta, you can restand it and swing twice for 40k and lock 2 different cards that they can't switch to active mode, which is very, very nice, can be very deadly, and there's no cost restriction. So this can basically stop anything from attacking. Anything. Now we also got this Gogeta GT. When attacking, this card gets 1 key, then you place 1 energy marker. That one attacking effect is a little bit worse than the other one. You'd rather have the 2 draws rather than the 1 key, but at least he can get a key as well. Then you activate main once per turn. If this card was played this turn, add a number of extras up to the number of key under this card with different costs from your drop to your hand. For the most part, this is just going to be 3. You're probably going to be running the 0 cost extra, of course. You're probably going to be running Big Bang Attack, of course. And then maybe you're running like times 10 Kamehameha or Ultimate Sparking. If you're feeling frisky, Soul Punisher, I guess you can pick it up too. So for the most part, this would just be picking up 3 cards, as well as the fact that you can swing with this. It gets a key, and then you place an energy marker, and then you can use a leader swing to give it 2 key as well to pick up 3 different extras. Like you would much rather have the other one, the secret rare. I think that's the last one, if I'm not mistaken. No, we still have this one. We're getting promos for starter decks, which is rather weird and crazy, but we are. You can also play this on Gogeta as well. Keep that one in mind. You can also play this on Blue Vegeta, which is also interesting. But let's get on to its effect. You can evolve a Son Goku with 1 energy, and then if your leader has Saiyan in his special traits, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose 1 battle card and switch it to rest mode. This is not a bad effect, especially since it's a 10k. I think it's still a run 4 of. But for the most part, the 5 cost Super Saiyan 3 Goku is going to be better, because swinging for 30 is much more important than swinging for 25, and resting a card, which can be nice. For the most part, it's whatever. Now we also got this Son Goku from Planet Namek. On play, if your leader is Planet Namek and his special traits, place the top 3 cards of your deck to the owner's drop. Then add up to 1 card other than Son Goku would cost 4 or less, and Planet Namek and his special traits from your drop to your hand. Then when attacking your leader, and this card gets 1 key. There's a very, very good standard card. I wish it would not be leader locked to Namek, because then you could use this on something like Shenron and it wouldn't even be that good. Because Shenron, it just looks at the top 3 and doesn't even do anything with that. You can pick up a Namek card, but it can't be this same one. This effect would be nice for Shenron, but it's unfortunate that he can't play it. You can only use this on the Son Goku thing, you know what I mean? Obviously for the Namek deck, it's going to be great. You can use this to pick up Double Strike Son Gohan, which means that if you KO it, then you can pick it back up with this. It already did the double strike and you're ready to do it next turn. Again, there are a lot of good targets you can pick up with this. This essentially picks up every single card in your deck except for the 7 cost, which is the best card in your deck. Unfortunately, you can't pick up that because it only decreases cost in hand, not in drop. So you can't pick up that Goku. Even if you could, it can't pick up Gokus. But for the most part, swinging for 30k and then giving your leader and this card 1 key is very powerful. Especially when you consider that this card lives, it can do it multiple times. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, that's about it. I think that now this is the last card. I think we actually reached the end this time. Okay, we did. So final thoughts, I'm really liking the promos. Again, expect these promos to be amazing. Usually the promos are very good when they come out, and they're free and accessible to most players, so they end up being very good and run in every deck, right? But yes, these cards for the most part, I mean, I don't see even a single one that isn't a run 4 of in each of their respective decks. I mean, the worst one out of all of these, I guess, would be this one, but like, it's just because it can't be used with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, basically. So it becomes rather average at best, so, but nothing new here. That's it.